Hello. In this video, we are going to use trig identities, more specifically the trig angle addition and angle subtraction identities, to find these exact values on our left. So this is pretty simple. We just need to memorize these guys over here, and we are good to go. So for example, let's number these 1, 2, 3. For example, number 1, sine of 75. Well, let us remember that we need to memorize our chart: sine, cosine, tangent. And let's recall how to memorize that chart. Build the chart up each time, and these problems become much, much easier. Okay? So we need 30 degrees, we need 45 degrees, and we need 60 degrees. So there we go. So here we go. We need 30, 45, and 60. Sine of 30, sine of 45, and sine of 60. So you need to memorize this, but this is the trick. You go 1, 2, 3. You take the square root of all of them. Square root of 1 is 1. Put them all over 2. Then you just rinse and repeat and flip for cosine. So sine is 1/2 root 2 over 2 root 3. Cosine is going to be the exact opposite. Root 3 over 2, root 2 over 2, 1/2. And then tangents, root 3 over 3, 1, root 3. So let's make sure we memorize our chart. Now, sine of 75. 75 is not on our chart. I don't know that. I don't know that based off of our unit circle. But what I can do is break that number down into two numbers that I do know. I know 45 and I know 30. So now we're going to take the sine of a plus b is going to be equal to the sine of a cosine of b plus the sine of b cosine of a. And now we just need to rinse and repeat from our chart, right? So we're just going to plug and chug. Sine of 45, root 2 over 2. Cosine of 30, root 3 over 2. Sine of 30, 1/2. Cosine of 45, root 2 over 2. And we got all of those values from our chart. So that's why the chart's very helpful. Now we just multiply. Root 2 times root 3 is root 6. 2 times 2 is 4. They both have the same denominator, so we can combine. And that is our final answer for number 1. Nice. So now let's do number 2. Cosine of 165. Now this one's a little more tricky because it's not in the first quadrant, but it has a 5 in there. And I only know one angle that I know of that we can take that has a 5 at the end of it, that we know that in the unit circle. So I can break that down. Well, 45 plus what equals 165? Just take 165 minus 45. And we'll get our 120. 120. Now we set it up just like we did the last one. Make sure you find it. Remember the cosine flip signs there. So we're going to have the cosine of A, the cosine of B, minus the sine of A, and the sine of B. Let's move this over a little bit. Let's move this over a little bit. Let's try that one more time. Perfect. And we're going to move this up a little more, probably over here. Perfect. So now sine of A and then sine of B. Now be careful. Cosine of 45 is root 2 over 2. Easy. Cosine of 120, make sure we know what quadrant we are in. We are in we are in the students of all students take calculus. So only sine is positive. So the reference angle is our 60. So we'll take the cosine of 60, get our 1/2, but remember that is negative because we are in the second quadrant and only sine is positive there. Sine of 45, root 2 over 2. Sine of 120, second quadrant, so we're positive. Sine of 60 is root 3 over 2. Easy. So make sure you get that reference angle too. Negative root 2 over 4 minus root 6 over 4. Both have the same denominator, so we can combine. And that is our answer there. We got one last one to do. Let's go for it. Let's minimize everything really fast and let's go for it. Cool. Last problem, we're going to go tangent. The tangent of 15. Now notice, I'm not going to get two numbers that add to 15, but I can get two numbers to subtract to equal 15. And then now we set it up. The tangent one starts with tangent of A, keep sign, that lagged a little bit, tangent of B, all over 1 flip sign, tangent of A times the tangent of B. And using our chart, this is easy to go, 45 minus root 3 over 3, all over 1 plus 1 times, root 3 over 3. And we're going to get 1 minus root 3 over 3 over 1 plus root 3 over 3. Now we're going to need to combine the denominators of both of them. So make sure we multiply by what is missing. So this one, it gets a 3 and a 3. We continue. 3 minus root 3 over 3, all over 3 plus root 3 over 3. We have to multiply by our reciprocal of our denominator. And then we can see those cancel. And we can easily see our answer. Oops, I highlighted too much. We can easily see our answer is just going to be 3 minus root 3 all over 3 plus root 3. And that is how you solve those 3 types of problems. If you have any other examples you would like me to cover, please just shoot me an email. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great day.